See, things have come to head, time out for scare you, scary route today. And follow us down Courage Lane, they cages in, break down the gates. We want all the smoke, like we chiefin' on a pound a day, but not talking intoxicating rage. Not this is far more tragic than what's comprehended. This has got to stop. I don't understand everything as a man. I'm authorized by God to make this petition. Believe it, especially when you hate and aim to kill a man.
I know we can do better than that, man. Let's get a good clap.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know the vibes. Welcome back to the hottest, dopest show out there in the land, TOTB. It is so good to be back in the building, man. To everybody that's been following with us, rocking with us over the years, subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing, all the good things. We couldn't have did this without y'all, man. So we want to thank y'all for rocking with us each and every episode, each and every comment, whether it was good or bad.
Right.
Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Be sure to follow us, TOTB_show on YouTube, TOTB the dopest on IG. And of course, thinking outside the box, anywhere that you type in hashtag on social media. To everybody that's been sharing our clips, making us go viral. Hey, man, it's all love, man. We appreciate y'all doing our thing. Shout out to our audience in the building, you know. Having a good time up in here. Even our people that's from out of town, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good people in the building. We're going to have a good time. We got a very familiar face back on the panel, so we're going to get to her in a minute. But above all, if you're watching right now, man, you know the vibes. Welcome back to the hottest podcast in the streets. Let's get to some of the thinkers before I get to our guest. The man right next to me, Captain Controversial, Moolah Monster. What's up? Can they find you, bro?
Oh, man, you can find me at Moolah. I'm tired of doing this. But you can find me at Moolah Monster Collections on Instagram. Check us out.
There it is. All the way to the end, pastor, gospel artist, Holy Ground. What's up, bro? What can they find you?
Blessings, great people. You can find me at Holy Ground on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, TOTB_show on YouTube. Get in tune, stay in tune.
Indeed.
There we go.
Right next to him, the philosopher, B Scholar. What's up, man? What can they find you, man?
Salute. You can find me at Black_Scholar00, IG and TikTok. Follow us.
There it is. Of course, Reggie Move Forward. Most people just call me RMF. Reggie Move Forward on Facebook, IG. Find me at the Nightcap on Tuesday nights. You know the vibes. And with that, we are
Thinking outside the box.
The box. We have the honor of having the lovely, beautiful Miss Chris in the building.
Hey.
To anybody that's just following us and rocking with us, she came on the show a few times, right? And both of those times, she said stuff on those shows that went kind of viral, you know, and we'll get to that in a minute. But we haven't seen her in a while, and I know she's doing big things. What's up? Welcome to the show. Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on what's TOTB show on YouTube.
That's it right there.
I was gonna say, you know, my socials don't just jump, but yeah, when I come here, y'all can always find me here when y'all invite me here, and it's always such a warm welcome, and I always have a great time.
Oh yeah, we enjoy
Such a blessing.
enjoy having you here. You know, so if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, this is about to be one of those shows that's a little bit different, but it's a good vibe. All right, Chris is definitely familiar with the show. A lot of our audience members is familiar with the show. Even some of our out of town members is, you know, familiar with the show. So we're about to get into it. Grind. What we talking about, man?
Oh, man. Sometimes I'm like, I get set up. It is what it is, though. But, you know, today, we want to talk about when do the benefits kick in?
When do the benefits kick in?
When do the benefits kick in? You say, what you talking about?
We're not talking about Social Security.
What you talking about, man?
We ain't talking about no Social Security. Well, it is Social Security. It could be Social Security, right?
It be Social Security.
It could be Social Security, okay. But
Right.
when do the benefits kick in? You know, in this world, you got a lot of people that haven't chose to, you know, settle down and be married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. You know, I pray that each and every last one of y'all will find that right person for you. But in the meantime, in between time, when you're courting, the question that was raised was, when do the benefits kick in? You know, it's been a lot of things going on of course, we stay in tune with things going on social media.
Yep.
As it's hard not to. And it was one in particular when it was a discussion about when should the man start paying the woman bills.
Right.
You know, during the dating phase.
Right.
You know, when should he start putting his, supporting her, shall we say, in the sense while they
And
courting
look,
or
his prices
dating.
right there.
Oh, shit.
Oh, should he? That's right.
Or
Oh,
even should he?
he?
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the question. The question is, when does the benefits kick in?
If you are just tuning in, if you're on social media, chime in the comments. Wherever you are listening to the show, when do the benefits kick in? You know, there is a narrative that universally that especially on the first date, the man is supposed to pay, right? Let's get that out the way. But moving forward, no pun intended, when do the benefits really kick in? Like, at what point should a man take over as, I'm gonna pay this, I'm gonna pay that, especially if the woman is struggling in certain areas? Audience members, you guys can definitely go to the mic and comment. If y'all tuning in, you know the vibes, comment in the chat. But we gonna start with Chris.
Wait, before we go to Chris, can I ask one
Of course, gonna do your thing.
Because, as Woody would say, I went to public school. We're not just talking about going out in the dinner. We talking about the whole dating landscape, right? You ain't talking about, okay, we chose this restaurant. We talking about once y'all really, y'all in this whole dating thing, right? Okay, I just want to understand.
Yep, correct.
Carry on. Let's give it to Chris.
Bing, bing. When do the benefits kick in?
I think everybody should pay their own bills. Period.
My phone now.
I don't believe in people dating while they struggling. Nobody. I don't believe in people drinking, smoking weed, doing whatever they vices are while they struggling. And I believe everybody should pay their own bills. Period. So when you talk about the benefits of anything, especially in this day and age, we in 2024, inflation is crazy. Like,
definitely,
you can't go you literally cannot get one bag out the grocery store without spending at least, at a minimum, $50.
Okay.
Everybody should pay their own bills. This whole conversation of should this man be paying my bills, you should be able to pay your own bills. If not, you shouldn't be dating. And it's vice versa. I don't think nobody should come into any situation looking to benefit off of another person. Financially, especially.
So you, just to clarify, so I understand what you're saying. If a person is struggling financially, just in life, they shouldn't be dating at all.
No. You should not.
Interesting. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. We want to know y'all comments on that for a second. There is a person who I know, and of course I'll remain anonymous, that says once a man and a woman starts having sex, right, all those rules change, because sex is such a intimate intercourse that can thrive on a lot of different levels. So if you're having sex with somebody frequently, let's say y'all doing it unprotected, and you know this woman is struggling, are you obligated as a man to help her with bills? No?
No, everybody should be paying their own bills.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to. Sex is like, you're choosing to have sex, right? You definitely choosing to have unprotected sex with somebody.
Correct.
And if you're having unprotected sex with somebody who's struggling that could potentially end in a pregnancy and a baby, you gonna give somebody that's struggling a baby?
So broke people shouldn't be having sex.
Broke people shouldn't do nothing. They can't date. They can't have sex.
They need to be getting money. I don't
You can't do nothing if you're broke.
You definitely, if you broke, you shouldn't be having unprotected sex. No.
Well,
You want to bring a child into the equation?
I'm with her.
Yeah, but it gets to a point, right? So we dating for 6 months, and you say, baby, I want my hair done. Just throw it out there. You don't think that's like, you don't think he should, or he may want to pay.
Especially if y'all intimate.
If he wants to do it, that's fine. You saying when are they obligated? You're saying when does the benefits kick in? When does the obligation kick in? When does it kick in that you're supposed to be doing this? Of course, if I'm dating you, you're gonna want to do nice. If you like me, you're gonna want to do nice things for me.
Mm-hmm.
If I like you, I'm gonna want to do nice things for you.
So those the benefits we talking about.
No, he said bills.
Well, hair is a bill.
Hair not a bill?
Hair is a bill.
Hair is expensive.
Shit,
Hair is not a bill.
super
Hair like a condo.
Hair is not a bill.
$200-$300.
Even if you want to classify hair as a bill, you should be able to pay to get your own hair done, just like you should be able to pay to get your own hair cut. So if you want to group them all in, fine, group them all in. I'ma maintain what I'm saying. If you want to get my hair done, thank you. If you want to buy me nice things, thank you.
Would you throw them out there though?
Y'all saying if somebody is struggling.
No, I'm not dealing with nobody struggling today.
If it's not a struggle and we doing nice things for each other, that's totally fine.
Okay.
If I'm struggling and then you adding all these other factors into it, we having all this unprotected sex, and I can't pay my bills. Does that even sound like it makes sense?
No. And sometimes you can't tell if a woman's struggling or not. Right?
No.
You can't tell.
No, you can't
You
tell.
can go 6 months and not know. You could been and pay for every dinner, and she didn't leave no tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't know.
Okay. Makes a good point.
That's the sign of a struggle.
That's a good point.
If she don't leave no tip and she don't pay for no dinner out of 6 months,
I'm asking. If
I
you saying
think
that's a
she
sign
might
of
be
the-
struggling.
Okay, so then there are signs, right?
Yeah.
So you would know. You might say.
I said you don't know until about 6 months to a year, maybe.
You it's taking all
That's a good point there. Hold on. I ain't thinking about that.
We 3 months in, she ain't said I want to do nothing nice for you. I want to take you out, babe.
Yeah, she would have been gone.
Let me do this.
She would have been gone by 3
Let me
months.
do that.
She would have been gone
So
by 3
that's what
months.
I'm saying. Like, no. And you would have known, it would have, if somebody is struggling, they going to let you know before 6 months to a year.
They gonna let you know they struggling?
They gonna give you more
It'll come
signs
out.
other than I'm not leaving tips at the restaurant.
Yeah, it'll come out.
So
I agree.
before I go to Scholar, if you dating a man, you don't know he's struggling or not, but he tells you he's struggling. Are you gonna continue to date him?
No.
Damn.
I don't understand why y'all want people that are struggling to date.
Okay.
Because we all struggled and dated.
I'm gonna marinate on that for a minute.
We all have did it before. Like don't act like we all been
That's
rich.
tough.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not about being rich. It's not about being rich. It's not about having like some type of mass amounts of wealth and fortune and all of that. A struggle versus being financially stable are two totally different things. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Yeah.
And so you don't have to be rich to be stable.
Right.
And so if you tell me you struggling to pay your bills and you wasting time kicking it with me,
Really?
you wasting time.
Even if he has potential
What's
out
the
the world.
potential?
I mean, he's a good guy. You know, he's a great guy.
What's the potential? to
But he's
get
just
him out
struggling
of
right
his
now.
struggle?
He's struggling right now on bills. You gonna stop dating him?
I want him to catch up on his bills.
Scholar, what you think, man?
I don't even know how to answer that. I don't really know what, I mean, the benefit, like, Chris already said we shouldn't be having sex. If
You
we
can't have sex or
can't
date
have
if you
sex.
broke.
What would be Moolah, what was you saying the benefit? Because the goal is sex, right? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
What is the goal?
That's the goal.
Well, I want to know what
I'm just saying
what
when
is
you
the
dating,
benefit?
when
Like,
you dating to a point, when you dating to a point as a man, you know, we trying to score. So that's what we trying to do, right?
what he said?
Some
I don't think people going in like, oh, I just found the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people doing that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going in as, you know, let's create some friendship going on. Then let's move forward on that. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible, you know, but I can't really, I'm a person like this. If I pay a couple times, I'm really looking at her, make sure she, you know what I'm saying, up on her game too. Like, yo, take me out, buy me a head or something. You know what I'm saying? Because if I like you enough, I am gonna spend money on you. You're right. I am gonna spend money on you without you asking me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I don't get that in return, you're not getting a call back. Right. That's how I'm going.
So you not gonna sit there to find out.
But it's so crazy though,
about
because
no
we're gonna
deep
been
struggle.
already had sex and all that. And you too. You're gonna been already had sex with the man before you found out he was struggling.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it. Before you just find out he's struggling.
What if it's 3 months down the line?
I'm not talking about this 3 month, 90-day shit. What I'm saying is, it's gonna be signs that somebody is struggling. It just is. I don't know what y'all are classifying as a struggle, but somebody that's struggling and need help, they're gonna let that be known pretty quick.
So you don't think a man can fully take you out on dates but still struggle with his bills?
Why is he fully taking?
I'm just saying. Can he? Is it possible to do?
It's possible, and that's
okay. So you wouldn't know. You don't know if he's struggling or not because he's still taking you out.
If we get that far, and then I find out you struggling, I'm cutting you off. Because why was you sitting up spending your money on silly shit instead of paying your bills? It's not cold. Because what's the point of dating? What are you working towards? Moolah talking about he want to establish some type of friendship and all of that. Okay, cool. We can continue to be friends as you. But no, we ain't gonna be doing nothing because you don't have time for all of that.
But go ahead.
I'm saying you don't have time for all of that, in my opinion. Then I'm looking at you like, why were you putting yourself in a jam?
Maybe it's just that special to him that he wants to.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. You need to be more special to yourself.
All right.
So she's just tuning in to Thinking Outside the Box. Welcome to the show. Y'all know the vibes. Of course, you see we got Chris back and she's starting with fire already.
I'm not.
We're going to get to our audience in a minute, but Brian, I got to hear what you think about this, man. What's your thoughts?
But I mean, I respect her. I respect her view about that.
Okay.
About her not wanting to deal with somebody struggling. However, I don't think the struggle has anything to do with you seeking companionship.
Okay.
Sometimes you need a person, to help you get along further, not necessarily financially, but to push you, to be motivational to you. My dude Moolah has said something. At first, he said our objective is to score, but then he turned around and said sometimes he's looking to build a friendship, but that's what it should be about in the first place. Build your friendship. You know what I'm saying? Once you become friends, now. When you're talking about dating, yeah, you could date without it being expensive. You know what I'm saying? Course. You could date without it being expensive. It's a lot of things we could do that don't cost a lot of money. As far as you trying to date, as far as you courting, I do believe if you can't afford no child, you shouldn't be laying down, period, with the probability of making one. You shouldn't be doing it, period. I do agree with that 100%. And you should get your stuff together. But I believe that you could date somebody, struggling. And I will say this as well. The topic was when do the benefits kick in? Mm-hmm. Well, the benefits should be based upon the individual. Like she said, if you want to do something for me, then you do something for me. Of course, as a man, like Moolah say, he say, if I like you, I'm gonna do something for you. Same with me. If I like you enough, so I'm gonna do something for you. Just like I do stuff for my friends. You know what I'm saying? When we building a relationship, we starting off as friends. Listen, if I like you, you with me, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do for you. Not necessarily paying your mortgage or your rent, you know what I'm saying, or your car note, but I may help you out. You never know, depending on the situation or depending on how close we get. You know what I'm saying? But then the question will be raised then is, okay, now what is the man getting from it? You know what I'm saying? Now, is it ultimately he looking to get in your pants? Or have y'all already established that this relationship is going beyond just us dating? Are we looking? Are we have engagement been talking? Have engagement been brought up? Have marriage been brought up? Are you thinking about building a future with this person? Because that's what the goal should be.
Okay.
The goal, especially when you get to a certain age and you mature. You know what I mean? That's why I can understand and say I can relate and respect what she say when she say I'm not dating nobody that's struggling, because when you get to a certain point in life, you should have it together by now, because I'm trying to establish something. And if you feel like you don't want to date a person like that, you could miss out on the love of your life.
Very much so.
You could, because the man could be struggling, and need that motivation. But to each his own.
Would you, of course not now, but in your younger years or whatever, would you date a woman that you actually like, but she tells you a few months in that she's struggling financially? Would you continue to date her?
It depends.
Okay.
I'm to be honest. It definitely depends. Because you know my motto. Until you got a ring on it, I say date multiple people. Mm-hmm. You know what I tell y'all all the time. You should be dating multiple, and dating don't mean sex. but you should be dating multiple people. So it depends on what I see in that woman. You know, if I see a woman that has potential, that's looking to do something, that's trying to establish something with her life, but just going through a struggle spout, you know what I mean? Maybe she just came out of a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Or not just came out, but maybe she came out of a long-term relationship and she's still bouncing back from a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if she's struggling, that don't mean I'm not gonna push her away. You know what I'm saying? I may stay with her even though she's struggling.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe she just dealt with a death or something. Or
And really, like, keep it honest, like, my son's struggling. I ain't gonna tell him to stop dating. You know what I'm saying? He got a part-time job. Shit. He's struggling. I ain't gonna tell him not to date.
He's starting off at ground zero.
Right.
But how old is he?
He 18.
18
But hold on.
don't count.
Let me say this. Hold on. Even at 18, he's struggling. But is you gonna tell him to pay somebody else's bills?
Right, no.
No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what she's saying.
When the benefits start kicking in, it's time for him to go.
But at 18, 19, you're dating other 18, 19-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it all together either.
Right.
We talking about real adults, right? We not talking about teenagers.
Okay.
I'm not even talking about people in their early 20s that are still trying to get established. Let's say mid to late 20s and up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should be getting yourself situated in a way that you're not in a struggle, especially there are people that are in constant struggle. But I'm not knocking wanting companionship. If you want this companionship, take some time to work on yourself and get yourself together so that you can then seek out your companionship.
Okay.
This fear of losing the love of your life, to me, is almost fantasy driven. It's like, no. Again, be your own love of your life and get your shit together, bro.
But let me tell you something about that. It's not so much a fear of losing the love of your life. With a man who may be struggling, right? But he know if he was on top, he willing to give the world to that woman. Mm-hmm. He's looking for a woman who will be down with him at his lowest.
Come on, Brian. Come on.
So that's the thing about it. It's not so much as, I'm looking for a fantasy. I want to know that you're going to be here with me even if I'm down and out. But I'm trying. Now, I'm not saying it's a deadbeat, somebody who just give up on their dreams and aspirations, or who just not trying to do anything with their life and just taking life as it's given to them. But a man is going out there to get his that may be struggling at that time. He's looking to see if this woman going to be down for me now. And you never know. Like I said, when you come together, that could just be the one. You never know where you be at tomorrow. You know what? It's funny. It was the Dave Chappelle show, and he did the one when he went back and saw the girl that had broke up with him when he had got fired or something, and he went to her house, and her son answered the door. And he like, where your dad at? Like, oh, my dad at a restaurant. He was at a restaurant or something working. So he called his mama to the door. He said, call your mama. Mama come to the door. It was Dave Chappelle, ex-girlfriend or whatever. So he come in the house. He talking to her while her husband at work. She know he this famous, he famous. He a superstar now. So the joke was, he told her, I'm in love with you. Oh, never got over you, And then afterward, he told her, I'm going to fly you out to see me. She said, what about your wife? He said, oh, we done. He lied. He said, what about your husband? She said, what about my husband? He said, forget your husband, divorce him. So the joke was the lady divorced her husband and he flew out to see her. And then when she got there, he was waiting there with his wife and kids laughing at her, like just to pay her back. But that I was thinking about that, like a lot of guys, they may feel like that because it's like, man, I'm willing to give you the world. But here, when I'm down and out, you just give up on me like I'm worthless, not knowing that, go ahead.
I think I might have to side with Chris on this, not that I'm going against you. I think we kind of putting the cart before the horse, right? Ryan is right if you're moving in that direction. But he was starting out some benefits. I'm trying to figure out, like, we ain't even starting out right. You know what I mean? Like, the relationship is starting off with the false pretense. You know what I mean? You got an expectation, and then we jump from the expectation to what we should be doing, right? So we kind of like all over the place with this, right? You got to first establish yourself. Are you moving correctly? And if you moving correctly, she already said she's gonna let you go to Disney World. Shit, case solved. Let's close this case. We ain't already got the Disney World. But if you talking about building with her, then that's when it kind of shifts towards grind, right? The question got to be for you. What are you willing to do to build with her? I want to shift gears for a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. Say if we is in a relationship, we dating for like 2-3 years, and you like me and I like you, but I got kids, and you got kids. Who comes first?
Well, your kids are always your kids.
But we building towards this relationship where me and you are potentially gonna go further, maybe even marry, maybe even build on the relationship. Okay. Do your kids still come before me?
Yeah, my kids are always my kids.
Okay. I was just asking.
Mm-hmm. hey, but you know what, too? That's what.
Your kids are your kids forever.
But I just said, if we gonna build a relationship that could be potentially married, right?
Yeah. So when you saying somebody comes first, because it always has to go into this negative direction. It always has to be like, how am I supposed to prove who's coming first? If I love you and I love my children, how do I then prove that you come first? My family comes first.
Even in marriage?
But my children are going to always be my children. And I'm not going to alienate my children to then prove to someone that, I love you, you come first. Like, no, these are my kids. They're always going to be my kids. They're always going to be my offspring, even when they're old and gray and I'm dead and gone. No, they're mine.
The only reason why I said love the kids, I'm not fighting you. They're your kids.
Right. And just like your kids are your kids.
No, listen. But
your kids should come what I'm saying,
because they're your children. But my children have the potential to spend it on whatever's going on in their life to ruin me and your relationship.
Yeah, they have the potential to strengthen it just as far as they have to ruin it. But we always go into the ruins of everything.
I didn't say that. The question was posed this way. It wasn't no if, and a but. My question is who comes first? What I'm saying, I ain't saying disown them, don't ever feed them again or nothing like that. What I was saying is, because when we start talking about this relationship and all this make-believe stuff, the real deal is when me and you together, we're going to have to make some decisions whether you're going to stand with me or you're going to stand with them. What if my kids don't even like you? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I mean? I have to learn to continue to stand with you. Right? So, because when we talk about relationship, we like to Mickey Mouse the relationship. Okay. You know what I mean? We want to talk about all the great things, but I'm just talking about what do we do once we in the relationship and how are we going to sustain these things?
Real quick, he said something real important. You said, I like that. He said, what if my kids don't like you? So my question to you, Chris, would be, what if you have children and you dating somebody, but your kids don't like him? How would you deal with that?
Is he out of there?
No, you address it with your children.
No, I'm asking.
So what you do is you try to get an understanding with your kids. Uh-huh. Your kids are only kids for so long.
Yes.
They're going to be adults for the majority of their lives.
Yes.
So if they don't like somebody, why don't you like them? Do you not like them because you feel like they're taking time away from our relationship as far as mother and child relationship? How can we fix this, me as your mother? How can I fix this with you? Because it don't have anything to do with my potential partner. Right. It has to do with my relationship with my children. And that is why you don't go into it thinking I have to put this other person first because I'm their mother. I'm raising them. And because I'm raising them, then we get understandings. We communicate even with our children to understand why they're feeling the way that they feel. And we try to rectify these situations. Am I going to allow my children to disrespect my partner? No. I'm going to communicate with my kids. What's the issue?
Now get your little bad ass in the house.
See?
Listen. That's my man. He run this shit. Indeed. Listen, I'm not gonna be. Listen, I'm gonna be the man of the house. Listen, if I'm there, if I'm in that house, I'm first.
Come on now. Okay.
First plate, first drink, first everything.
Okay.
Then you tend to your kids.
Come on, Moolah.
And that don't take
care.
away, and in context, you're not saying that don't take away from what they need. It's just my wants come before they want.
Okay.
For the structure.
Is that what you're saying, Turbo?
That what
That's
you
right.
saying?
Structure.
And if discipline, if I'm providing everything, and discipline is a must, discipline will be a must too.
Well, hold on. We got to let Chris talk now. She didn't say nothing. You talking about whooping some kids?
Whooping.
Now, before, wait, hold on.
This
Hold on.
is way.
Now, hold on.
I don't even whip my
Now,
kids.
let me say this before
Yeah.
you go to her. Because I want to see with y'all two. Does that apply the other way as well? As far as you having kids, and
Discipline.
her, would you allow her to be a disciplinary to your children
I
as
definitely
well?
would.
I think she should.
And would you put her first?
Yeah, for sure. If we build it, like you said, the kid's getting grown. The kids probably don't like him because the kid hungry or something. You know how kids get
Or what if
hungry.
the kid just say that ain't my daddy? I ain't gonna do that.
Hey, I know I'm not your daddy.
Yeah.
I've heard that plenty times. I know I'm not your daddy. He locked up.
Somebody locked up.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not, a kid not gonna run me away from what I want. You know what I'm saying? And I hope she feel the same way.
Right.
But I think that's a good point. A kid shouldn't be running you away. A child who is not even mentally fully developed should not be running you away from anything. And that's the thing that goes into, and I don't, as a culture, we don't talk about communicating with children, but it's like, this is why you try to get an understanding with your kids. If you're trying to build a family, we just talking about get your ass in the house and shut up and like
It just come off like that sometimes. Sometimes it
He
come off
wanted
like
to use
that.
the word discipline.
Right. If you know the vibes, you know TOTB is back with the dopest podcast show out here. Be sure to follow us, TOTB_show, wherever you are tuning in at. I'm going to get my final little piece on this before we switch gears, let Grind do his thing. Just to piggyback on the whole thing as far as, benefits and everything like that, struggles. I firmly believe that struggle has no age limit. You can struggle at 18, 28, 38, 48, 58. People struggle at different ages in their life, right? So I'm not going to go as far as say a person shouldn't date if they're struggling, but you should have a goal. You should have a plan. You should have a vision for the person you're dating, man or woman. Look, right now, I work at Popeyes, but in a year, I want to own a Popeyes and I want you to be my wife. Have some type of vision of where you want to go moving forward. Then you can date. But if you want to stay at Popeyes shaking fries and you ain't got no plan, then you probably shouldn't be dating. You see what I'm saying? So benefits can creep in at any time, but you got to know your vision. That's just my thought on that. But Grind, about that time.
It's about that time. Shout out to the plug.
Shout out to the plug.
Man, first and foremost, man, we want to shout out Indie TV, man, where we always live at, man. Y'all make sure y'all get in tune for some of the greatest podcasts. They got wine tasting, they got book reviews, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out Indie TV network. Y'all get in tune. Also, Moolah Monster Collections.
Yes,
man, for the latest and greatest. He got some new stuff out there, man. Man, y'all check him out for Urban Well. Where can they find it at, Moolah?
MoolahMonster.com. Check me out. And you can find our episodes and all our, behind the scenes footage.
Most definitely. Hey, Reg, where you at every Tuesday, man?
Every Tuesday night, nightcap, my radio Chicago, support this radio.
It's a vibe.
Hey, and I want to say happy anniversary.
Happy
man.
anniversary,
Man.
Grind.
Yeah, we seeing you, my brother.
Appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
Out there living the life.
sir.
Man, God is good, man.
Appreciate you.
All the time, man.
Shout out to the plug.
Shout out to the plug. Listen here, man. Holy Grind, all streaming platforms. Get in tune, stay in tune. I want to shout out Quincy J Films. Listen, man. Great brother, a friend of mine, man. He had been he blessed me, been putting my music in his films, man. And I never been one out here looking to be a superstar. But man, I can honestly say I'm almost gold, bro.
Come on now.
Okay.
That's right. Clap it up, man.
Almost 100,000 streams. May not seem big to everybody,
It's
but to me
big.
that's
It's
big,
gold.
you know, especially without promoting like that. And it's a blessing to have people like that in your corner. And all you people that ever streamed any of my music, you can check me out on all streaming platforms. And last but not least, man, the Sadie Star Show every Sunday, 106.3, man.
Indeed.
Check out
106.3.
106.3, the Sadie Star Show. Man, shout out to the plug.
Shout out to the plug. Get a hand clap for that. All right. Everybody that's tuning in, wherever you're watching that, to our lovely audience, to Miss Chris, to the fellas, the thinkers, it's time to get into that bag. So, of course, we could not do this segment without you guys, wherever you're tuning in at, right? You send us these letters about what's going on in your life, right? You know, you count on us to give you some sound advice about your situation, and hopefully we can help, right? If ain't nothing in that bag, y'all don't really want to talk about it, you know, you ain't got to say nothing, right? If something in that bag, feel free to give the best advice possible to our audience members. You come on up, to our people that's chiming in, type in the comments, because we really want to help this person. You guys ready?
Let's get it.
All right, let's get to it. All right, here we go. Hey to everyone on the panel. I already told Reggie not to say my government name, but y'all can call me BB. Hey, BB. I love y'all show. Y'all funny as hell. I want some advice though. So I've been living with my man for almost a year, and we both work minimum wage jobs. I'm in nursing school, so I literally always on the move all the time. But it's hard for my man to get a job in this field paying big money because he has a background. I notice he be depressed a lot sometimes, and he wants to be a full provider for us, meaning me and our son, and not have to go 50-50 on the bills with me every month. Last week, an ex of mine hit me up to check on me, and as we was chatting and catching up and laughing, he told me he was a manager in the field that my man is currently looking to be in. I mentioned to him that my man is struggling a little bit trying to get into that field because of his background, and he told me that he can get my man a position making $48 an hour. Before y'all ask, yes, my ex still wants me, but we're just friends. I feel like a friend can help me and my family out by doing something big like this, so why wouldn't I allow it? I'm not the best at math, but going from minimum wage and depressed to making 48 an hour and happy seems like it adds up to me. So, should I tell my man about this maybe once in a lifetime opportunity, or should I say nothing to my man because he might feel away? After all, he is a cancer. We're not gonna do cancers like that, okay? Shout out to the cancers. Okay. This is a tough one. Okay, so BB is writing in to let us know that situation with her and a guy. He's struggling mentally, trying to get over the hump of not getting in this field financially. He's working a minimum wage job in this field, right? But he wants to be a provider. He's, you know, she can tell he's feeling the way about going 50-50 with the bill. She's in nursing school and she works a minimum wage job as well. Her ex hit her up. They start chatting, laughing, catching up. And he say, you know what? Oh, your man, I can hook him up. I can get him a position making triple the money he's making in his field. And I can help you guys' family out. She stated that, yeah, my ex still likes me, but we're just friends. But now she's debating, should she even tell her man about this because he might feel away? Or should she bring the good news to him and say, baby, look, our family is good now. We want y'all opinions out there. We want our audience opinion. We're going to get to the thinkers. But Miss Chris, what should BB do?
What was Bird husband's name in Soul Food?
You saw this movie before,
Well, that's what I'm saying. He gonna come and knock all that shit over. She shouldn't be.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she shouldn't be. I don't believe in hello talking about your partner to other people.
Okay.
So it's a bit much. You kick in with your ex, and he's saying I can get him a job, and it's making all this money, and she talking about he still want her. It's a lot. So y'all can get online and job hunt together and call it a day. Like, don't be talking about nobody. Don't talk. If the shoes was on the other foot and it was my man talking to me, talking about me to his ex,
The sneeze.
You wouldn't like that.
I'm not gonna like it.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose it.
Right.
I'm gonna have a few choice words for you, because don't tell my business to nobody. Don't be talking about me to your ex. That's not cute. That's not right. You know it's not right. You know it's very tacky, and you know this person, you know, is still pining over you. Like, they still want you. Like, if you going, it's the potential that something can happen. Like,
It's a no for you.
I damn near don't want you no more. Because why are you talking about me?
Do you
to this
think she
person?
dipping? You think she dipping?
Apparently, it's a possibility.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I think she dipping.
You think she's still dipping with the other dude?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I can get your man a job, $48
because
an hour.
let me tell you, because like,
How you know how much I make? That just pissed me off. It did. Like,
Moolah?
like, that's why I tell people, man, like, you got to go get the bag, man. Respect come with the bag. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I don't know how it is for women. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, y'all think y'all power and y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all twat or something. I don't know. But Joe, we gotta get money as men. We gotta get money, Joe. We don't get money, we don't get respected. And it's sad, because it really go back to, you know what I'm saying, the struggling, you know, outfit that we was talking about earlier. Because if I get into with a woman and I'm already lit, and once we, you know, do our 3-4 years and something happen, I start struggling, she want to know how to act. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with men, we got to have some bread in order to get respect. The reason why I think she didn't, because he is making minimum wage. She knows she wants some things. She wants what her friends got. She wants, you know, and he can't provide for her, you know? And if she was a real woman, she'd be like, baby, while you struggling, let me take on all the rent. That's keeping it 100. She love me, you know what I'm saying? Take on all the rent. Let me get right. Let me find me a nice job. But she might get tips. Shit, her minimum wage probably come with tips.
He just gonna put her in the category.
I'm saying, you know, but yeah, but I think, you know, because you're not supposed to be kikiing with your ex like that. You know what I'm saying? That's unhealthy, you know. And then you worry about, should you tell him or not? Oh, he is gonna knock over everything, and even if he get the job, he feel less than a man. He got it from another guy you used to bone you.
Scholar.
I look at it a little bit differently though. Let's take the man out of this, because he don't even have no vote. All this is really being discussed behind his back. He's not aware of the situation, and we don't have to say what he would do because he's not a part of the conversation.
Okay.
Only thing we know is he's been discussed, and she already in deep. So it's my thing, if you're gonna trick off, you know, help us both around this motherfucker, right? You know, because listen. No, what I'm saying is listen, morally it ain't right? But you already said she been kikiing with him. She been talking about I'm depressed. She been saying, oh, well, bitch, if you gonna help me around this motherfucker, right? But don't come back to me and then ask me about how they feel. You already then did what you was gonna do. You've already discussed me. You've already said everything negative about me. You struggling with the fact what he gonna think about it. It already been decided. So my whole thing is, no, it ain't right. But if you gonna work. Shit, you gonna go get the money and come back and benefit us both. Now, I don't want to know about it. But I'm just saying it. It ain't got nothing to do with him. It's really got all to do with her. We like to mix this and match it. She said she been talking to him. I don't care whatever job he got. She been had a connection with dude. And she probably gonna keep it. What's the difference? He gonna get another job and she gonna keep her friend.
Can an ex be a friend?
I don't know.
Can your girl have an ex that's a friend?
I think morally you wouldn't want them to, but realistically, can it happen? Sure, it can probably happen.
Of course, sure it can happen. I'm saying for you.
But no, what I'm saying is, morally, I wouldn't want to happen. I don't want to control people. I don't want to tell people what. I want people to do what they think they should do that's morally for themselves. Morally, you shouldn't have it. But you shouldn't have to ask me, should you have that? Because I don't want you to have it. I want you to make the best decision for you.
But a person will only do what you let them, almost. I'm telling you.
People gonna do what they want to do.
People gonna do what they're gonna do regardless.
People gonna do what they want to do.
Right.
And then, like he said, when you trying to control the situation, it's gonna turn. They're gonna try to flip it onto you.
Exactly. That's just my opinion.
Don't come telling me you was talking about me though.
Yeah, that's a little
right. Then make me decide something that's already illegal.
What do you think? What do you think you and your ex? What do y'all have to talk about, especially if no kids involved?
Man,
what do y'all have to talk about?
That's why I say it's already illegal. I don't want to know about it, right? Like, what are you going? How you gonna start the conversation off with me? Why are you even talking to this person? What are y'all even talking about?
And people try you, people play in your face, but we listen, because you playing in my face at this point. You come to me, I was talking to my ex.
Right.
Like,
what you think, babe?
Finish the sentence. Finish.
He said he could get you on first shift.
He said it's $48 an hour.
No, I don't even want to deal with it.
I'm be thinking about that $40 an hour, but I'm be still like, girl, what? No,
it's gonna cost nothing but turmoil in that household.
No, it's dirty money.
Dirty money. Grind, what you think?
So again, they not married?
No, not married.
Okay, well, first of all, pillow talk is only legal when you're married.
Come on,
I
Grind.
already told you that. So what I'm gonna say to her is probably gonna persuade her not to tell him. But however, I think you should tell him. It's a win-win for him.
Okay.
The reason I think you should tell him is because you need to, and that's why I said it's going to persuade you not to tell him, because he needs to know that you are communicating with your ex and you telling his business to him.
Right.
That's something he needs to know. And if I was him, I would utilize the plug. Okay?
Come on, Grind. See,
Hey,
I knew somebody was
48,
there with me on that.
48.
I already know you.
Somebody was there with me on that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take that job.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind,
I'ma
I've been
go do
knowing
better.
you've been conversating with
You
this
definitely
guy.
gonna move around.
I'm gonna go do
He
better.
gonna do his
But
thing.
you better get back in there and give me that fucking 48.
Hey.
You know I ain't been sleeping all week around this motherfucker.
Why is pillow talking only illegal if you're
No, I
married?
said legal.
It's legal.
Why is it only legal? Okay.
It's only legal when you're married.
That's the question she asked.
It's only
Legal?
She's saying why is it legal?
She said why
is it legal?
Yeah.
When
I
you
can
married?
talk to my wife about
Oh,
anything.
no.
She's saying why is it illegal?
I'm assuming
No, I
that
said
you're
legal.
saying if it's legal when you're married,
It's illegal
It's
when you're
illegal
not
when you're
illegal
married.
when you're not married.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I was gonna say
No, yeah. It's only legal when
Right.
you're married. I can talk to my best friend about any and everything.
So, Grind, if you get the job, right?
Yo, I was gonna finish.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I think you finna say that.
So that's why I say it probably persuade her not to, because see, when he get the job, then he can make the decision. Now, I'm not saying that you are creeping around or thinking about it, but you are having conversations with your ex, but you ain't married. So hey, you're still open season as far as I'm concerned. But that give room for him to evaluate you all's relationship to say, man, you've been telling him my business. Now, maybe he might leave, maybe he might stay. In my situation, a confident man, I'm going to stay, I'm going to get the job, and I'm going to keep an eye on you.
There
And
you
once
go,
I
man.
feel like there's a possibility that you may just want to switch out for somebody to make a little bit more, I'm going to thank you for what I gained out the deal, and I'm going to move on to something else with this $48 an hour I'll make. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think you should tell him. It's a win-win for him because it exposed it. Maybe you ain't as loyal. Maybe you are loyal. I'm not saying you're not. But it will expose that you are conversating about him behind his back. It will expose that. And so that way he can choose whether or not he want to continue to build a future with you. But also he gains a great job from it.
Come on.
So
sis.
realistically,
Uh-huh.
after your start date,
Uh-huh.
how long you think probation is?
Well, it depends.
About 3 months.
Some it's from 6 months to 8. 6 months. Most of them are 6 months.
So you gonna wait the full 6 months before you pack your shit and leave her?
Who?
You.
Oh no, this is what I'm saying. Listen. Hear me clearly.
I hear you clear.
48.
I'm saying
Listen,
realistically.
she tell me, and I'm telling you realistically. First of all, I don't never feel like I can't get nothing better. Because if I feel like I lose you, and if I feel you're great, then I mean God got something even greater for me. That's how I feel.
Right.
You know. So in an instance like that, when if she would tell me I've been talking to my ex and he told me he can get you a job making 48, well, how your ex don't know I make $50 an hour? So that means you've been telling him my business. You know, so first of all, right then and there, but if I'm low and I'm making $14.50 an hour, guess what? Yeah, go on and talk to him. Go on and holler at him. I'm finna go and establish myself. And I may stay in a relationship with you. But I'm gonna watch you and I ain't putting no time limit on it. Who knows? But I'm gonna get myself together off that $48 an hour. She the one that's gonna have to question, is it still in the back of his mind that I'm talking to my ex? Or if she is dealing with him. While she doing whatever she doing, I'm gonna get myself together because what's done in the dark.
You better, because if I get you a job, you know what I'm saying? She owed me one.
Hey, listen. You see, this is the thing. But see, this is the thing. Watch this. You looking at it from a perspective of like, don't take the job because he may be able to get her. Well, if he able to get her, then she's not mine.
No, I don't want her anyway.
That's what I'm saying. If I get the job and she owe him one, he feel like that, and he's able to receive that from her, then guess what? She was never mine in the first place. But that don't mean that $48 an hour wasn't mine though. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying
So you leaving with something.
Let me get to some of these. What's up? Tam, what you got?
Hey. Well, first of all, I agree with the pillow talking shouldn't be happening with any ex. And we are not together anymore. Why are you calling me and what do we have to discuss?
Amen.
I had kids with people when my kids turned 18 years old. You could talk to your kid. We have nothing else to discuss at that point. And that's it, even in relationships now. If I'm done with you, then we're done. That means we have nothing to discuss. You shouldn't be calling me to check in. Nothing, because it's not your concern. You had that concern and you didn't want it. Amen. So now why are you calling for it? Calling about it. And about me, my ex getting my new man a job? Absolutely not, because he holds the power. He can get you in there and fire you. He's the manager. If she doesn't give him what he wants, he can fire your man with the $48 an hour. He's going to be back where he was in the minimum wage job. So why would you even put that in somebody else's hands? Never would I ever put my man in that position ever. If we can't do it together and we together, this is what we're supposed to be doing because it's teamwork, right? So we're supposed to be doing this as a team. And as your woman, my job is to help you, to be your help me, right? But if I'm not doing that, I'm depending on brother man over here to help my man, then what does that say about me as your woman?
That's why I said probation period.
Thank you for that.
Right.
Now,
that's why I said probation.
Now, what I would like to say about that though is, however, is the fact that she said he reached out to me. And then she began to talk about it. Wait. So I understand what you're saying. Initially, you would not go looking for that. No woman should ever. Right, but and being that she did that already, being that she opened up, that's why I'm saying, go on and tell him. So he can utilize it to his advantage. Because you already done told my business. You done already put it out there. So me, I want to know about it because I'm already making an exit plan.
And you know
it don't necessarily mean he won't go leave, but he can already be making an exit plan and because what God got for you is for you, and can't no man take it away from you.
She and you know what? She might do want the best for him.
But he used people. He uses people.
Grind. She might do want the best for him, and she might do love him. But she don't respect him.
Exactly, because she never should have talked to him about it. Real, and that's why I say what I say. You're 100% correct. That's why I say utilize that. You got to know that. That's why he should know that. You don't respect me enough not to be out here telling my business. But hey, since you already went and did it, I ain't finna get mad at you. I ain't finna tear up no house. That's immature. I'm going to use it to my advantage. Yeah, holler at him. Let me get that $48 an hour. I ain't finna keep making $14.50 an hour and the $48 an hour over here waiting on me. You out your mind.
Upgrade.
What you got, Miss Lady?
So it seems like everybody is sort of bashing BB.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get on BB's side really quickly, right? Because we've been in this relationship, we've been living together, we have a child together for a year, which means that she's there for the struggle, right? They're eating the oodles and noodles, they're eating the pork and beans. She's seeing her man physically depressed. That's really hard to watch someone you love depressed because he cannot provide.
I agree.
And so initially, she probably didn't even think about it, right? Okay, baby, we're going to do this. Maybe he's applied at all these major factories or whatever it was, and things are just not, turning out for him. So the fact that her ex may have reached out, she may have just thought, okay, look, we've been trying this. I really want him to thrive. I think it's all out of love from her. I don't think that she's trying to trick on him, cheat on him, step around. I think it really is that my man is hurting, and I'm tired of watching him hurt. I don't know her, but I really don't think that she would mess up this. Why are you even struggling with somebody with minimum wage in this day and age, right?
Unless you love them.
Unless you love them, like really love them.
But she don't respect them though, right?
I'm not, no, I wouldn't even say that. Sometimes women, we make choices out of emotions. We don't necessarily think about, okay, this could be offending my man.
Y'all don't think at all. Y'all feel. Y'all don't think at all. But
true. So if we keep that and we do these things because we feel, we're feeling for our man. So hopefully the man could say, okay, I know my girl has been down for me. He should know that relationship already. If he had those kind of questions, no way you should be living together, 2 minimum wage jobs trying to do something. What are we really trying to accomplish? So I think BB did this just out of love for her man. She's tired of seeing him hurt. Now, was she a little wrong? Yes, absolutely. But maybe she doesn't know that. Not every woman is taught how to treat a man. That's some shit we learn by fucking up. That's just what it is.
We just gonna say from a man perspective, BB is going down the rabbit hole. So all that love and happiness and stuff like that, she needs the love to keep suffering with him. But the route that she going is not going to be for free.
That is true, bitch.
Now I'm gonna end and say like this: you gotta look at.
BB? Let me find it. How old is BB?
I don't know.
She's around my age, 38-ish.
You still making major fuck ups at 30.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this, and it could be out of place of love, but what kills that off is when she says, "I know my ex still wants to get with me though." That's the part that cancels it out now, because now she's aware that he's doing. Now it's different if she knew he worked at a place and she tried to and tried to, hey.
We all God's children.
Right, I know somebody that my ex need a job. If she using it in that sense,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Can you get him a job? You know what I'm saying? But in the sense that she know he still wants her because he reached out to her, and they must have been talking about it.
Right.
That's the only thing that kills that. Yeah. That's it. But I feel you on that. She could have done it from a place of love, but that kills it.
Yeah, Kim.
Okay, so piggying back a little bit on what Tasha said. My bestie. Okay. But my bestie is incorrect on that part. But I still think that when you are in a relationship with a man, I don't care if it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, a struggle is a struggle and a respect is respect. If you are with your man and you are in a relationship, it is very disrespectful to have pillow talk and a whole full-fledged conversation about your man with your ex. That should never be happening in any relationship, whether it's a woman or whether it's with your man. Why am I discussing what's going on? Because let me tell you something. They should stay on the field. You never open the door to let anybody know that there's problems and difficulties in your relationship, because that lets the people who want your man think that it's okay for them to enter. And it's not. No, but it's not, because this man she already knows that he likes her. So guess what he doing? He's setting the trap on there. He's like, okay, I'm setting it. I'm going to get your man a job, because now you know what? Because now I still got to communicate you more, because your man in here, I done got your man up here. BB, if your man need a job, the state of Illinois is hiring. I'll give the information to RMF for you for the state of Illinois, and they do hire people who have backgrounds. Okay,
shout out to the state of Illinois.
Hey, I got a question. Hold on. I got a question. Watch this. I got a question, and maybe this will help you out, right? And this for the guys, right? Because see, and where we come from, guys have a habit of using females to set up other guys, right? Things of that nature, not in a good way, but that's something that they would use. You know what I'm saying? They would use the female. I would have respected her more if she knew, and I'm asking the guys if they agree, if she knew he had a job and he was somewhere, instead of talking to him for me, tell me about it, and then you take me to talk to him then. I would respect that more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Yes.
If you
Let me
finish the
Cause now
conversation.
exactly. Cause now I know you may know the plug,
right?
But you ain't transacting no business with him. Let me handle that.
Right.
And then, if he really doing it to just help me and not to get in your drawers, talking to me, he gonna give me the job.
He don't need to know that I'm on the video game all day because ain't nobody calling me back. That ain't none of his business.
So you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Turbo?
Yeah.
Red?
I'm with it. I got you. Touch your mic.
So again, all of you all are correct. Your points are valid, but let's go a little deeper. Let's go to the foundation of women.
Okay.
Who's teaching us this, right? And I'm using my own personal life. My mother never taught me how to treat a man. She never said, Tasha, this is what you should not do. Don't go discussing another man. She was like, make sure that motherfucker can take care of you. That was it, right? And don't bring no babies up in here. That was pretty much it. Oh, and go to dance class. But other than that, I mean, these are things that we are learning, and it's a lot of ignorance on our part. Who's teaching us?
Well, that's why you
don't learn that in no college.
But that's why we talking about it now.
The learning curve.
That's why we
That's
why we telling her now.
But you want to destroy BB? Oh, she should have did this. Maybe she just does not know. She hasn't been taught.
BB didn't make a mistake. BB just talking too much. That's
But she probably didn't know that she's talking. That it just depends. I don't know her relationship.
The wrong person.
That's why we telling her now.
But most of that has been taught. A big sister, somebody's like, girl, don't do that. You're going to ruin the relationship. It's pillow talk with the women in your family. Okay. Most women now don't sit down with these young girls, right?
That's true.
And explain life to them. It's missing.
So you don't know. So you don't know to cut off your past when you go into your present.
She's saying they just don't know.
They don't know. No. A lot of them don't.
Wow.
A lot of them don't.
Not necessarily.
Let Chris say.
Not necessarily.
If you had a friend, like a girlfriend, and you have someone that you don't get along with, another woman that you don't get along with, or whatever, but your girlfriend, they alright, they cool, they smooth, and you know, your friend knows all of these things about you. She knows that you're going through depression. She knows that, you're having these struggles in maybe a romantic relationship, and she tells the girl that you don't mess with. How would you feel?
But the girl I don't mess with and my friend are friends.
They cool. They talk. They friends. They might work together or something. But you don't fuck with this lady at all. And your friend come and she telling this lady, oh, she been struggling. She been depressed. Her man cheating on her. He got a baby on the way by this other chick, and her mama cussed out, and she owe her some money, and she been behind on her bills, and She trying to get her shit together, but not quite. She tell this woman that you don't have any dealings with all your personal business. How would you feel?
To be honest, it's happened.
How did you feel when it happened?
I mean, me personally, I was a little bent, but I didn't really, because I don't mess with her anymore, and she's just not in my circle. So, I mean, what she was saying wasn't a lie.
In your circle? Was she your friend?
Which one? The
one that told your business.
The gossiper. She was, but then after she
was your friend enough after she told.
No, not after, but.
And that's what she's saying.
What did you
learn?
Oh,
wait, but that's what she's saying. Afterwards, now she ain't your friend,
right?
Because now you can't trust her.
But I'm a different kind of woman.
Okay, but hold on. But let me tell you, let me do this. I'm gonna make it better for you though. But with a man, hold on. But with a man and his woman, this ain't a man and his friend. This a man and his woman.
Right.
Somebody we supposed to be like this. Ain't nobody supposed to come between us. Now, bottom line is, it's just like this. She gave it to you from a perspective of her telling some of your business. But you said that he already was down, right? Watch this. He already was down. He already was depressed.
The guy was.
Yeah. And you think maybe she might be doing this from a place of love, right? But
could
be right. But then guess what? He down because he want to be a provider, but he ain't the provider. He depressed. Now he got to deal with this competition of your ex. Just think about that. Now you got to bring this competition.
That's more depressed.
Exactly. You never know. He might kill himself.
Or never get off
He
the
might,
game.
and all of you all are correct for your opinions. Absolutely. I'm just saying from BB, from being a woman, a young girl growing up, we are not taught certain things on how to deal with our men. I mean, if you just look at the state of our black love now, it's,
Right.
it's
I
pathetic.
agree 100%.
Right.
That's why she
You
asked
know
the
it, right?
question. Yeah, that's why she asked the question. And as black men, we telling her here.
Right,
Black men
right.
Now we telling her what's the best route to go according to how we would deal with it as black men. And that's
You trying to tell us the mindset of BB? This is what you
Maybe, possibly,
possibly
yes,
her
yes,
mindset.
because it was a lot of rock throwing, and because of course she should know these things, but sometimes we don't because they have to be taught, or you learn this by trial and error. Okay, I lost this good man because I ran my mouth, but then look at that. I mean, we could have learned that years before had one of our sister friends, mothers, aunties, big mamas said, this is how you treat this man. This is how you treat this black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
like
different
Miss Chris says, hey,
and most of us are not taught that.
Common sense got to kick in. If it was your friend, if it hurt you, if your friend did it to you, why would you do it to your man?
Because this rings so true. I'm 19 years old, right? My boyfriend at the time get locked up, right? Okay. Oh my God, I'm panicking. I got to get him out. I go to the next local drug dealer, right? I think who is his enemy. I don't know. I get $100 from him to go bail him out. My boyfriend at the time hit the roof. Like, what, you effing crazy? Leave me in jail. But I'm like, I didn't want you in jail. Right then and there, that was a lesson for me. Yeah. Tosh.
Stay out of that.
Stay out of that and let him just stay his ass in jail.
Right, just answer the phone.
But I'm saying,
wait. Unless he tell you, unless he ask you to go to him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But my mama didn't tell me that. My grandmama didn't tell me that. My sisters didn't tell me that. I had to learn that by dealing with that at that particular time. Okay. I wish somebody had told me, I didn't want to be cussed out, but I was cussed out.
Thank you. Well, that was a lot. So I'll end it with this. Of course, everybody's opinions is their opinions, and I agree with a lot of people's opinions here. My thought, I'm going to kind of agree with between Grind and Tasha Mack a little bit. You feel me? Because we don't know her mindset of why she wanted to do this. Maybe it was fully out of love. Maybe she's just ignorant to the fact that that's something I shouldn't do. But I do agree that if she's been seeing this man struggle for a year, depressed, they struggling to pay their bills 50-50, and she's seeing an opportunity to help, she wants to help. Not saying it's right or wrong. She definitely shouldn't be pillow talking. But maybe in her mind and her spirit, she's like, man, this is the opportunity to help my man make triple what he makes and be able to, okay, so maybe it's just that facet. Then Grind mentioned, okay, I'm going to pay attention to this as a man. I'm going to go get that bag, but I'm going to pay attention. No, she's still talking to her ex. She's still doing this. This is going to be key factors if I want to marry this woman or not. I'm going to pay attention to the communication she's having with ex, and stuff like that, because if something happens, if we get into it or whatever, we're not married, okay, you help me, we split our separate ways. But you have to pay attention as a man and as a woman. These are signs of division that can come into your relationship. These are critical moments that determines your relationship, because whether she tells him or not, she's going to find out maybe the wrong way if it goes bad. So I think, BB, I'm not going to throw no dirt or anything like that. I think that you really should, before you even communicate that with your man, you should think to yourself, okay, you know your man, even though he's a Cancer, first of all, okay? We're emotional, but whatever. You got to know your man. If you know your man ain't gonna respond to this the right way, you definitely should not tell him. If you know your man, don't tell him. Just continue to pray, continue to fill out them job applications, and keep moving forward. But if you think your man can have an open-minded conversation, sometimes these uncomfortable conversations you don't want to have, if you think he can have a grown-up conversation, you can come in and say, look, babe, I got to tell you something. This might be an opportunity, but if you don't feel comfortable with this, we ain't got to do it. We can keep doing what we're doing. That man is going to respect you more by saying, you know what? Thank you for coming to me that. Thank you for not telling your ex to go ahead and push my paperwork through. talking to me first so we can figure out what we're going to do moving forward. I think you're in a tough situation, but I think personally you should talk to him first before you make any decisions about any type of jobs or anything like that, because that man, especially via cancer, he's not going to like that. All right.
Reg, real quick, I want to say this right. Okay. If you don't tell him, you got to question if it ever get back to him.
Uh-huh.
And my suggestion would be, because we always pray to say something productive to help you, because we don't want to just beat up on you. And I ain't just beating up on you. I would suggest you go to him and in all humility and ask him for forgiveness, first of all.
Okay.
I think that's the first thing you should do. If you love him like you say you love him, go to him and ask him to forgive you for pillow talk. Ask him to forgive you for even bringing your name up in conversation with him. And if you're going to offer him the opportunity, tell him you ain't going to talk to this man no more. You'll set up a meeting with him.
I like that.
That's just what I think. I think that'll be your best out.
Chris, final thoughts on it?
Man, pretty much. Don't. If you're going to be with somebody and you see them in a depression and it's been a struggle and you working through it with them, don't open the door to anybody on the outside to come in and destroy what you're trying to build up, what y'all are trying to work through. Don't do that.
I like that. Moolah.
Respect over love, man. Keeping it 100.
Okay, I like that. Scholar.
This is going to be the first of many. You know what I mean? Just like Tasha said, hopefully you learn from this.
Yeah. It can very well must still be a lesson.
Right.
So, BB, with that, I hope that you kind of took some advice that was said here, whether it's the panel or the audience, because I kind of, know you a little bit as far as social media. I know you're going to keep me updated on the situation and, write us back and let us know what happened with that. But we hope that it works out for you, okay? Let's give a hand clap to BB. All right. Y'all know the vibes. We about to get up out of here, man. But before we do, one more time. Chris, hey, thank you for coming back.
Oh, I enjoy it.
Where can they find you at?
It's always a pleasure. You can find me at TOTB show on YouTube when they invite me on the show.
Much appreciated.
She's family.
Part of the family.
Always, of course. Moolah, where can they find you, bro?
MoolahMonster.com for the gear and Moolah Monster Collections on Instagram.
There it is. Scholar.
Black_Scholar00, IG and TikTok.
Of course, indeed. Grind.
Man, Holy Grind, all streaming platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TOTB_show. Hey, Quincy J. Trent fam, To Death Do Us Part, Fatal Attraction. Y'all go check them out. Get some of the music on there as well.
What's up?
Indeed. Reggie moving forward. Just call me RMF. Reggie moving forward on all social platforms. Find me Tuesday nights at the Nightcap Radio Show. Just getting started, man. Summertime shots is definitely here, so you guys be safe out there, especially if y'all going to them beaches, them lakefronts, man. Y'all be careful out there, all right? We will see y'all next time, but until then, we are
thinking outside the box.
We'll see y'all next time, man.
See, things have come to head. Time out for scare you, scare reroute today. And follow us down Courage Lane. They cages in, break down the gates. We want all the smoke, like we chiefin' on a pound a day. But not talking intoxicating rage. Not intoxicating tragic.